we've got a short order on gold right now that is about to get triggered. You'll see it just underneath the low, the 15-minute candle. First TP is at 10 pips. I just need to make an edit on YouTube quickly because I've just realized I've used my standard New York Open settings. And obviously, oh, that was the hell just happened there? That was terrible. That was an awful fill. Uh, just mute that. Uh, so as you saw there by gold, got slipped significantly. But we're okay. We'll just keep it open for now. I still like it for short, so not a lot we can do about it. I'm just going to try and find a way of editing my content. That's just here we go. Morning, Dan. Morning, Anna. Bear with me a second. Yeah, hi guys on TikTok. We're short gold. We're 12 pips down at the minute. I just got to edit some details because I made a bit of a through the London Open uh, to as it's pre-London. I'm going to be in trouble on this trade. This could be my first losing trade coming into live streams since the 1st of August. Uh, so yeah, we've not had a losing trade on live streams since we started recording them on the 1st of August, but I don't like the way this one started. London money hitting the markets. Da, 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 da. There we go. That's it. Updated. All right, guys. I've just edited the details on YouTube. Sorry, it was a bit of a screw up on my part. Um, so who's on live stream this morning? Anyone new to the channel? If you're new to the new to the channel, welcome. A price action trader. I'm going to explain the thought process as to why we're short here. So we came up into significant area where we saw big wick fill. Markets come up. We've taken out the highs of the wick, and then we've progressed and started to go below. Next candle wicked up, and then we broke the lows, and we have clear space of 52 pips down to the bottom. Now, um, stops were originally above 3560.4, but as this candle triggered it, we should just move your stop to above the high of this. I've moved it down a little bit too far. So it was originally above here. As we triggered, I brought stops down just above that high. So the reason behind that, if you think about price action, if price moves, and in this example, price started here, it's pushed up, and then it's closed down here. So our rule for entry is if the next candle goes up first and then breaks its own low, we're going to be in the trade. So we had a sell stop down here. So let's think about this. The market's gone up, then it's come down, it's broken its own low. So as it triggers us, we're then saying, well, if it breaks its high again, we don't want to be in the trade because what's happened is the market's gone up, broken its own low. So the thought of it breaking its own high however long afterwards just really doesn't make sense, and it would be like that the market is then going to continue to move higher. So it makes logical sense to move your stops based on price action above the current candle's high. You don't want to be in the market if it breaks its own low, then breaks its high, and then breaks its own low as another example. So always use price. I always use price action as a way of managing stops. as well as entries. uh, what uh, uh, some people in the members chat have been taking, I think the DAX, is it? Good morning, good morning. Morning, Said. I'm not sure what they said, Fixer. Yeah, for me, DAX will always be a bit high before 7 a.m. spreads, so I won't take it. Um, Good morning, Bryzy, Jatim, Mihai, Aman. So we're focusing on gold right now. We'll look at DAX maybe in about 15-20 minutes as the spreads drop a little bit. So um, short gold, yes. We haven't had a losing trade since the 1st of August on live stream. So am I tempting fate by saying that? No, it's just facts. But we've got 1 minute for the hourly candle to close. Yeah, I mean, look, based on what we're seeing here on the higher time frame, next candle could push up without taking these highs before breaking the lows. So, so on that basis, looking at stops above here where they were originally, just on the higher time frame, would make sense. So, could form a top wick before breaking the lows. Oh, sorry. Right. Hopefully my stop loss, SR Slinky, good morning. Hopefully my stop loss at entry, if I get the opportunity to use it today, will be working. I've uninstalled and reinstalled. Yesterday just was not working at all. I'm even testing it now wouldn't work because we're negative 19 pips. Uh, Ken Keeson, good morning. Yes, we are short gold at the minute. We're losing 12, 13, 14 pips. Yes, we're offside. But we'll see. Now, because it is against the predominant trend, if I see plus 70, that means 7 pips up, I'll move my stop loss to break even because we're going against the major direction. So I want to be a little bit more aggressive with my stop loss. Yes, Victor, in a sell. I'm down 16 pips at the minute. So selling isn't gold on the way to the highs. Selling? I'm holding on what to do. What's your opinion? Listen, my opinion based on price action is I'm selling. I never tell anyone what to do. You have to remember that whatever you're doing with trading, you need a set of rules. So before I just do that, let me put this on because it's not here at the minute. So the whole purpose of having a set of rules is so that you don't have to guess. It takes all emotion out of it, and that's it. You know, um, the biggest issue with most people when they start trading is they don't have a set of rules, they don't have a plan, a tried and tested one, and therefore they always end up relying on emotions and gut feel, which usually ends up in uh, a problem because you're working on fear and greed. Now, just by having a plan doesn't mean it you're going to be 100% successful. Some plans will work on a higher RR, which means their success rate will be lower. Some plans like mine work on a higher success rate with a lower RR. But again, you're still going to have losing trades. You just have to do what works best for you. I'm quite impatient, so I like trades to move quite quickly. So this trader, I don't know, it's been running about 10, 12 minutes. So what we will do, if this candle breaks this low, that means goes in positive, we will drop our stop loss a little bit to the high of this candle. And where it says minus 70, if it goes to blue 70, we'll bring our stop loss to break even. And for those of you that don't know, break even just means moving our stop loss to our entry price. So if price was to reverse back to your entry, no matter what, you can't lose anything. So uh, good morning to some new people that have just come into the live stream. Not familiar with some of these names. Maybe that's because I don't normally live stream through the London Open. Live streaming is normally for US Open. Do it at 1 p.m. I will be doing one today at 1 p.m. through the non-farm payroll. Only other person I've seen using magic keys. I'm the only other. Who, I am, or most of my members use Trade Assistant. They're all the same back end. It's just a different interface. So use whatever. I think I've had this since 2018, something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I have to go back. When did I? Let's have a look. Start magic. No, 21. So 4 years. So we did go in profit very, very slightly there. Not enough to do anything with our stop loss, but what we can do is we can bring that down to above the high of that candle now. It's not a big adjustment, but it's enough. Right, so if this goes to plus 70, stop loss will go to a break even. So this is, it's not, I'm not doing anything with it right now. I'm just waiting to bring it down to here. If I see plus 70, there we go. That's TP1 hit. Okay, so at break even and T1 has been hit. So we can adjust our results to 100% strike rate still. So that is another strike. Okay. So guys, if you got the 10 pips, let me know. Um, let's see if we can drop now. Right, so I'm just going to bring stop loss just a little bit in front. Right, at 20 pips, I'll close another half off. Then I'm just going to, there we go, 21 pips, closed another half. All right. Did you bring your stop down early, Anna? Hey Mark. Hey Jay, how you doing? Um, Peter Cole, TP1, well done. Victor, thanks for the follow. Joshua, thanks for the follow. Um, yeah, nice easy pips this morning. 20 pips secured, well 21. 10 pips banked, 21 pips banked, and now we just let it run. So, look, even if I think the market is potentially going to go higher throughout the day, I will still look for selling opportunities based on price action. So that is how we came about this trading opportunity today. Um, nice, simple price action and looking for that initial sort of like money flow coming into the market that will just give the market a little pulse. It may just be a false break to the downside, but I don't care. I can still get my T1, T2, and take advantage of it that way. Um, yeah, just remember, guys, if I'm on live stream, I can't listen to voice notes. So if sending me voice notes, guys, I won't be able to listen to it until after the live stream. We've already sold, Jay. We sold and we've had two targets out of it. There we go. Just been stopped out now at break even. We were in a sell from literally 2 minutes after going live on the stream. So if you missed the beginning, you'd have missed the entry. So yeah, we're not so that's it now. On gold. Uh Josh, welcome back to the stream, mate. Morning guys, just joined in. Is it sell on hourly? Yeah, it could be. We've just sold. We sold underneath here and we just hit T1, T2. Couldn't connect, trying to reconnect. Ah, okay. Sorry. TikTok's something just dropped there. No worries, Jay. No worries, mate. There'll be more opportunities. Right, let's have a look at. We'll go back to trading view now while we're just gonna do some analysis. Hey Gandalf, you okay for 9:30, bud? Turn off invites. Uh, thank you for the co-host, whoever that is. But yeah, I won't do any co-hosting while we're on live stream. Okay, brilliant. Thanks, Gandalf. Did you manage to get everything set up with the with the broker? Okay. Right. We've done gold sells. Now, listen, that was yesterday's news. We've got NFP today. Now, tell me what you see on the 4 hour here, guys. Tell me what you see on the 4 hour. Yeah, potentially. Exactly, Gandalf. So if we look at the 4 hour here, something that could be happening. Now, I'm not a big fan of the 4 hour because yeah, exactly, Anna. Because the 4 hour chart will look different from broker to broker, and that just comes down to where the server is based. So it depends which hourly candles the server will collect, and that just comes down to time zones where the server's based. So looking at this 4 hour candle right now, if we go to this one, we had an outside bullish, then we've had an up range bullish. This one potentially now is forming a wick down to then break the highs and push on back towards previous resistance. So this could be a wick down. So what we could start looking for is early entries, BPC. So if we can get BPC entry here, that'll be an early entry into the next impulsive move higher if we are going to break those highs and push on. So we've got, based on the hourly, I'd be looking for buys above there. 30-minute, I'm just going to adjust it to here. 15-minute, yeah. So we can look for buys above there. But if price forms a support anywhere down here without breaking this low, we can look for buys. Okay, so this would be like uh, we can look for sells also if price closes below here. So we can go sells below or BPC, and that's going to be 35.14. Let's call it 35.50 because it's so BPC just stands for breakout, pullback, continuation. So if we look resistance level, we've broken out. Now we're pulling back and we're waiting for buyers to come back in before we have continuation. So waiting for that to happen. If we then get a break below here, then we can look for sells down into here. So we've got options where we are. Yesterday's no sleep has ruined me this morning because I had a really good night's sleep last night. But yeah, um, so BPC from here, look, breakout, pullback, continuation. So we're going to look for, let's just pop the rules on the chart for a BPC. As soon as I say let's pop the rules on the chart, something with this trading view decides to just literally go, screw you, Mark, I'm not going to work. Forget it, never mind. The trading view just likes to show me up whenever I'm on live stream. No, it's not happening. I don't know why I bother setting everything up for it to work, because every time I come to use it, it doesn't bloody work. Right, okay, so we've got a 15-minute bullish candle close, then we've got a setup. And the reason we've got a setup, well, depending. So as it stands, there's 50 pips available. If that range gets down to, let's say, 25 pips, I will cancel any Fed pals joined. Good morning, Fed pal. Gonna chuck in some rate cuts for us there. So yeah, I want to make sure we've at least got like 25 pips available. So that means I can hit T1, potentially T2, without worrying about slippage. So if this bullish candle gets too big, then there'll be no trade for me, and I'll just wait for buys above 35.64. Any questions, guys? Okay, one second. One second. Right. Okay, so we're not seeing any um, buyers at the minute, so we have to wait for this one. All right, while we're waiting for this, let's go and have a look at the DAX because the DAX could present an opportunity. Did you use fib to measure out your entry? No, I don't use any fibs. Don't use fibs. Don't use anything. The 4-hour candle. To, yeah, that's what I was just saying to you, Gandalf. I don't know if you were on the stream when I was talking about 4-hour candles. because 4 hour candles, I generally don't like them because it depends on the broker that you're looking at. And the broker you're looking at, their 4 hour candles will be different depending on where their server is based. So, for example, if you've got a server based in the UK and one based in Europe, the time zone is an hour different, so they will use different hourly candles. So the 8 a.m. candle in the UK is going to be the 9 a.m. candle in Europe. So it'll use the 9, 10, 11, 12, 9 till 10, 10 to 11, 11 till 12, and 12 till 1. In Europe, if it's a London server, it'll be the 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. So that's why it's always I don't like to use the 4 hour. So 2 hour, I know some people use 2 hour candles, I don't, but if you were to use any even candle like the 2, the 4, or the 8, you're going to get mixed candles. So I always prefer to just stick to the ones that are consistent. Okay, so uh, we spoke about DAX looking bullish yesterday based on where we were, wanting it to continue to the upside. Uh, nice little breakout on the hourly. How many pips we got here? Potential flip. Nah, not enough. So we've had the breakout. What we were 13 points up on the day. If we were to break today that hourly high, yeah, you got 85 pips up for grabs. So we've broken out. Nice impulsive move higher. Now, if you want to do a flip, change your TP to 15 pips. Change your TP to 15 pips. So let's just SK, thanks for the follow. Franklin Saint, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I don't use any fibs. It's just pure price action, guys. So I'm just going to try and change. All right, come on TikTok. Why isn't it allowing me to change screen? If if it doesn't allow me to change screen, I won't take it because I want to do it live in front of everyone. But yeah, if on YouTube, guys, the flip, I like this to fill here and continue higher. But I'm not going to take it if I can only do it live on one stream. If you take it, guys, let me know. TikTok's not allowing me to change screens again for some strange reason. So, there we go. Okay, let me just see. Let's put that out of the way. All right, so we're gonna go. Where is it? 1500. It's gonna be a bit tight. 15 pips. 15 pips is right at the high of that wick. 23,975. What time we're on? 22. 8 minutes. 30-minute candle. Your candles look different. Okay, guys, remember, we keep having this conversation. Candles will look different on your broker. So the only one I've cancelled the order, guys. So candles will look different. I'm going to wait for a 15-minute breakout. So I've cancelled the order. I'm going to wait for a 15-minute breakout. So why do candles look different on the DAX? They look different on the DAX because some people's server data starts at quarter past the hour and some people's will start on the hour. Okay? So look, gold broken it. It's not broken it yet. No, we're below, but it's not broken it. Broken it is when we've closed below. So just remember, I just realized Franklin saying what a great show that was. I was thinking, why does that name sound familiar? What was it called? Was it Snow? I've seen, yeah. Franklin, no, what is DAX on futures market? Uh, with your broker, it could either be the DAX, it could be German 30, it could be German 40. Again, it depends on the broker and liquidity provider. Snowfall, that was it. Brilliant. If you've not seen it, guys, what a series. Yeah, Snowfall, yes. Oh, come on then. Farrentil Farrington. Who's that again? Everyone's YouTube and TikTok names change, so I'd never know who it is, but I recognize it. More Zipser. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good morning. See, that's habit because I always do live stream in an afternoon. So if you are around this afternoon, I will be live streamed just through non-farm payroll. So 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm pretty much live every day, Monday to Friday. Some days I can't for whatever reason, but pretty much every day I am live. How many of you are trading with prop firms, or how many of you are trading with just personal accounts? Yeah, so if you're trading with personal accounts, then obviously you have a lot more flexibility in how you can manage your account, meaning you don't have to stipulate to the restrictions that brokers. Why is this? It seems to be. Try that. There we go. Personal for now, but small account. Okay, can you give the analysis of that trade you just did? On gold? Yeah. Um, I've got a few minutes, so let's just wait. So, look, what we had. Price came into uh, so if we look at this area here, price came into this zone. So if we look at the top wick here, price came into this resistance area. We also see the consolidation after having, so for those of you that are members will understand this analogy, but those of you that aren't members, I use this as what I call the tennis ball analogy. So if you imagine a tennis ball, when it when you throw it and it hits the floor, it hits the wall or something, what happens to the tennis ball? What happens to the tennis ball? uh, so if you throw a tennis ball, it hits the wall, what happens to the tennis ball? Yeah, okay, it bounces back, but what happens to the tennis ball? Does it stay the same shape? Does it change? What happens? think about what happens, guys. The more interactive you are in the session, the more you're going to pick up from it. No, so if right, why does a rock not bounce? Because it doesn't change its shape, right? If you drop a rock, it stays the same. In order for something to bounce, it needs to compress, so it needs to change shape to then pop back. Yeah, it doesn't squish. Yeah. So if you have a basketball, a football, anything like that, the reason it bounces is because the air inside it compresses and then it goes back to its original shape and it pops back up. So if you look at what happens here with price action, you get smaller candle bodies, and then as it pops back up, you get the expansion, so bigger bodies, and then as it compresses, it then starts to roll over, the pop up, and that's why I'm looking for sells. So you see the compression, then we get a candle that closes below here. This one closes. And then when we take out these lows, that was my entry, and then boom, it did that. So this one closed below our support level. Next candle wicked up. We sold the lows. It went up. We got about 17 pips offside, I think, at one point, 20 pips offside with this move up here. Um, this white candle, it came close to getting our stop, but didn't, and then reversed and took out. Right, so now I would be buying this market if this candle here has a wick down. If this candle creates a bottom wick because we've had a bullish candle close, if it just goes straight up, I'm going to leave it. So if this one comes back down, gives me a bottom wick, I'm going to buy the high of this candle. This is what I'd call my BPC trade. So here was our resistance. It's broken out. Now it's pulled back. And now I'm looking for a continuation. Okay. So as soon as it gives a bottom wick, so as soon as it comes down here, I'm going to place my order above the high of this candle. Does that make sense, guys? Nice. Does anyone know why I wait for a bottom wick before I buy or a top wick before I sell? My TP, my TP would be up here. I do 10 pips TP, break even. Um, yeah, but in simple terms, Simon, why do I wait for a bottom wick to be formed? Yes, Pastor. Yes, Pastor. The arrow method. So basically, if you want to fire a bow and arrow, you have to pull the bow back first. Then you let go of the bow, it projects the arrow forward. To shoot, you pull the trigger back, you pull the cock, you pull the trigger, and boom, it cocks, fires forward. Like when I was a kid, you had the old cars. You pull the car back, you let go, it fires forward. You want to fire an elastic band, you pull the elastic band back, you let go, it goes forward. If it just goes, like some people would just buy this now, and that's fine. That's their rules. I need a bottom wick. And if it was just to go and go off and hit target, fantastic. Everyone's done well out of it. But I'm just waiting for my bottom wick. This is a 15-minute, so I'll do it on 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour. I don't mind. So if you just bought above the high, you'd be triggered in. Okay, and stop loss, in theory, I should go underneath that low. But as I said, I'm waiting for a bottom wick. If I get the bottom wick, I'll place the order. If it just goes, I'm just gonna sit here and watch it and go, well, it was a nice trade, but it didn't set up for me. Uh, duh, 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 duh. Right. Let's just have a look, see what's going on over here. Right, DAX, we didn't get a 15-minute close above, so no trade here. Gold's pushing. So now, if it had have given a bottom wick, I wouldn't have been at break even using the 70% rule, because it's with trend, so I wouldn't apply the 70% rule. But this one's probably going to go without us. But it doesn't matter, we've had one trade, we've had one win. The success keeps growing. So we are 9 wins and 3 break evens since the 1st of August. So someone asked if we could keep tabs of the results, and they keep saying, what's your success rate? I said, well, it's usually around 65 to 75%. But since we've been keeping and you can see the trades taken, that's on YouTube. I don't know how to do it. I'll see if I can do it. In fact, text. Uh, Let me add another one. Text. Add. Okay, let's say trades taken, wins 9, loss 0, break evens 0. Let's just make that. There we go. All right, I don't know where that's. There we go. Let's put that down there. There we go. So I've updated it on TikTok and learning my way around these tech platforms. So for those of you that are new to me, I am pretty much a dinosaur when it comes to technology. So trying to find. Oh, that's wrong. 3 break evens. Where do I change it? Shit. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Ah, there we go. Ah, do you place an order, sir? No, I've not got any orders running at the minute. All right, let's try again. There we go. It's 3 break evens. There we go. Just made 500 quid on the gold. Got out now. Like, well done, Jay. You must be doing all right now, bud. I know you did about 300 quid on yesterday's stream, 500 today. So just stay disciplined now, mate. Don't hand it back. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate Rena. Thank you. Oh, Reen. Thank you. Rena. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, guys. So look, we've had one trade on gold this morning. We're waiting for a DAX breakout. I can only be live for another 22 minutes, and then I have to go and get my daughter up for school. How long have I been trading? Since 2009. So what's that, 16 years? Well, no, it'd be 16 years in November because it was back end of 2009 when I started. But day trading since 2020. I used to be a swing trader before that. Uh, so yeah, very simple process, guys. I don't do anything that's complicated. So the beauty about what I do is it's very repeatable. It's very understandable. Just with a bit of time, like you see the guys in my community in the membership, they're doing super well. Um, blue days after blue days after blue days. One of the members yesterday just got a payout, 5K payout yesterday. Brandon, just waiting for his certificate. He's a new member as well. Jay, you'll be getting close to a payout, no doubt, hopefully. Uh, so what I'd say is, if you do want to get good at anything, make sure the processes that you're putting in place are things that you can repeat easily. The more complicated you make things, the more difficult it's going to be to repeat, and therefore, if you're not being, if you're not repeating the process and you don't know the ingredients, then it's very hard to become consistent. So if you, a very simple way of looking at it is if you wanted to make the best chocolate cake ever, in order to make the best chocolate cake, you're going to have to understand the ingredients that you're using, the amounts, the quantities, and the temperature. And then once you have the same ingredients and the same quantities, then what you do is you trial and error. You don't just change them all at once. You change one little thing, see what happens to it, see what happens to the texture, the taste, etc. So you take a little bit out, then you do it again. Right, okay, did that make it better or worse? Okay, so it made it worse. So let's put that bit back in. Let's take something else out or add something else. And that is trial and error by changing one little thing at a time, not trying to change the whole system. So when you're making too many little adjustments, you've no idea what's worked and what hasn't worked. It's a lot of knowledge gained via years. Well, you'd like to think so, but yeah, there's not many people that have called me wise, I'll tell you that. Especially not in my family. Uh, so still waiting for either the DAX to break out or a potential setup on gold. We've taken one sell trade on gold during the live stream, which we banked 10 and 21 pips and then got stopped at a couple of pips with the remaining part of the position. Well, there's definitely no trade setting up for me here on gold now. So I'm going to focus my attention on the DAX. If we can get a close above in the next 3 minutes, then there will be a setup before I have to end the live stream. If not, then that'll be my only trade of the live. Do I stream at weekends? No, because gold is closed. Gold and DAX are closed. So obviously, if I was to stream at weekends, I'd have to trade crypto, and that's not something that I do. Uh, so 1 o'clock UK time in Monday to Friday, nearly every day. What's my what's my thoughts on Daniel Levy stepping down at Spurs? Mm, well, I mean, Enoch still are the owners, so I mean, the only thing I can think of is there's a takeover in place, and they wanted him down as chairman, or it's something to do with uh, what's his name that got arrested for insider trading, Joe Lewis. So it's probably one of those two things, is my opinion. So what yesterday? What? Uh, yeah, I think there's going to be a yeah. Well, it's not Joe Lewis, is it? It's the trust. Um, he still has, I think, 16%. Um, but I think there'll be a takeover. I think there'll be a takeover. Uh, but the joys of football, hey. So no trade on gold for me now. Gold is done. And to be fair, the DAX is done as well because this candle didn't close above. So I need a 15-minute candle to close above, and I need to go and get my little girl ready for school. So if you are looking for a breakout on the DAX, there's plenty of room. You're going to wait for a 15-minute candle close above. If it closes above, so if you get something like this, let me just object properties. So if we get a close above like that, and then the next candle moves down, then you can place an order above the high of this candle. And if we look left, next resistance is here. So that gives you about 90 pips available. So 90 pips available should we get a close above. Now remember the 15-minute is probably the best chart for you to watch because it is the only one that is consistent across all brokers. Okay, the 30 is inconsistent with the DAX, the hourly is consistent with the DAX. Sell no, sell NOS? Huh. Uh, no, not for me. It doesn't meet my rules. Yeah, I can see why you're saying it. Um, I can see why you're saying it, but lovely area. I need to see uh sellers confirmed. But yeah, lovely area to be potentially looking for it, but it's also a lovely area for price to continue to push higher. Um, so guys, that's gonna be the end of my live stream today. I need to go and get my little girl ready for school. So if you're new here, thank you for attending. I'll be back at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Um, YouTube, catch you later. Members, see you later. Everyone else, if you're around at 1 o'clock, I'll be putting up a new link for live stream in about an hour and a half. So if you want to I have a free Telegram channel as well. You can join my free Telegram channel, which is on the link is in my bio. If you click the link in my bio, you'll see there's a free Telegram channel there if you want to jump on there. Dan, have a good weekend. Are you done for the day now, mate? I know you've had an excellent week, so call it a day, pal. Bye, guys. Take care. See you this afternoon if you're around.